That's funny. Hey, and we're live. How you doing, guys? Welcome to another Friday night watch chat. It is Friday night, TGIF, as Joe would say, if Joe ever comes back on. But he is a little busy, so we'll cut him some slack. But we do miss him, and we do miss Colin. But hey, guys. So Chaz from the Berg. Hey, Chaz, it's good to have you back again, man. I know you're a little busy, but I appreciate you coming on. How are you?
Hey, glad to be here. Glad to be here. I'm officially on the road, so it's I feel bad that I'm in a hotel and don't have a robe on. So I'm letting. I tried to. I thought about it. I thought maybe I could run and get one, but my expense account only puts me in hotels that are robeless. So
That's all right. We forgive you this time, though. But as Amin or Marcus said before, I forget. I think it was Marcus, or Amin, was it? I don't know. It was one of them. Bring a robe next time. You go, you go on your trip,
yeah,
just
my
in
bad.
case
I
you
dropped the
come on the
ball.
stream. Yeah. What do you? Okay, so you're traveling for business, right? What are the watches? What
Yep.
what watch are you wearing, and what did you bring more than one?
Well, yeah, I brought three,
Hmm.
but I'm wearing my let's see here, Planet Ocean. There
I'm
we
so
Yeah.
go.
happy to see that live. That's awesome. I love that watch.
Let's give
So
you a
It's
sweet.
solo.
hard. It's hard not to wear, and I
Put
did
it
always
put it
bring a G-Shock.
put it
Okay,
up
here we
again,
go.
Chaz. Let's see it. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Excellent.
So sweet.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Love it.
So awesome.
And of course, you got to see the refinery of the Holiday Inn Express here too. So first
Yeah.
class for Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz living large.
Yeah. And
Living
so and so
large.
you
Uh,
and so you
I was
brought the
going to
G
say I had
Shock.
the G-Shock. I brought the Planet Ocean, and brought my wife's field watch. Got to do a little work tomorrow, so may go with the field watch. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a popular watch. And that's a little hint of what we have in store for you guys today. Amin, how you doing?
Yabi, good, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Glad it's Friday.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I did.
Abs-
I'm wearing my Longines still. Did a review of this one today.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna either watch it tonight or tomorrow. I was really
It's
busy today, so I missed all the alerts. But I love when you do reviews, man.
oh,
I wish you do more, but I love it.
thanks, Rob.
Um, Unresearched luxury. How are you?
Hey guys. I was all ready to bring my unique brand of unresearched negativity to the stream, and then I saw Colin's not here, and then I realized that I had to bring twice the amount of unresearched negativity. So lots of pressure on me today for the stream.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm starting to buckle a little bit under the pressure.
No,
Oh
well,
my!
you know what I don't see that happen. I see you performing your best under pressure. You
I
know,
hope so. I hope so. We'll
did you
see.
did you consider at one point being like a heart surgeon or a neurosurgeon? Because I feel like you can handle that.
Now
You got the steady hand.
that's like Bobby Kumar sort of
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
Not for me.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you have on wrist, Marcus?
Well, I got a Rolex. Didn't bother to research the model or the movement, so it's a Rolex.
Silly.
All right.
All right.
And
Sounds
I have to say that unresearched luxury opinions expressed by unresearched luxury are for entertainment purposes only, and they do not reflect the view of Yobby Legs or the Yobby Legs channel.
yeah. Well, thank you for the disclaimer. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's say hello to the chat. Megan in for a couple hours early. Hey Dan, how are you? Jeff, happy Friday. Yes, sir. Bill K, greetings from Chicago. There's Justin. What it do? All right. Sanjay Engineer Wannabes here. Oh, has just dropped out. Hopefully we can get it back. Kevin S is here. Hey, AZ Clayton. What's going on? Wilson, what is up? Let's see if we get Chaz back. There he is.
He did the Marcus. He came
Yeah,
in upside down.
you came in upside.
I love it.
True to form, Marcus.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Chaz.
Uh,
Who needs
Bobby's
a robe
here.
when you can
Um,
come in
I'll
upside
be
down,
in.
man?
Hey,
Uh,
if I drop out one more time, I may be on top row.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You might make it up here. You're moving up. JCB, what's up? Hey, Craig, how you doing? Good to see you. Mark is here. What is up, Mark? ID guy is here. Caliber is here. My man, Oil Money. Chaz is looking good in the fourth chair. Well, now
He's
he's
in the
batting
third chair.
third. Now he's batting third. Well, he's the average hitter. You know what I mean? He's got the high batting average. Marcus comes in with the big statements. He's cleanup. So I think the lineup. I got lead off here. It's going to bunt me over to third after I steal second. Chaz will walk because he's got great on base percentage, and you're just going to bring us home, Marcus.
I'll swing. I'll
Marcus is
flail
the ringer.
wildly.
Yeah. That was just a really, really long explanation. Wayben's here. Hey, man. How you doing? Bruce, how are ya? Hey, Joey B, what's up? What's going on? I know like two other Joey B's from Philly. Isn't that crazy? Like I know three Joey B's from Philly. Nefarian's here. How you doing? But this Joey B on our stream is the only one that likes watches, so I like him the best.
He does seem to be the best Joey B.
He does. He does. That's right. I saw.
He's my favorite.
Guys, let us know what you're wearing on watch. Kentucky Man 30 is here. Hey, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the pictures of the U50. Pale Horse, what is up? Good to see you. Okay, and let me. Hey, Paul's here, and Anish. Thank you for joining us. Okay, guys. So, what we saw a suggestion, right? Was it on your one of your streams, Amin, or some? So I don't know. Somebody made a suggestion, and I figured
It was
we put.
Joey B.
Oh, Joey B. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So Joey B made a suggestion of a 4-watch collection with a max 8K total, no one watch being more than what $2,000. And so I thought that was a great, fun little exercise. What was that,
It's
Marcus?
super restrictive.
Super restrictive, but challenging in a good way. And I got to tell you, before we start, right? I know all the picks, and I was very very impressed. I got to say, but there's a couple of watches, right, that at least three of us selected. So there's two. You guys want to take a gander before we start on what those watches are. So two of them were selected by three of us. Amin,
Hmm.
Chaz, Marcus. Any guess
I
on
know
what?
what the pick. I know what the answer is. Like,
I wonder if the chat can guess too. Because I
know what they are.
there are brands that I knew would be popular, and then
Right.
there are a couple that surprised me. Like I thought Zin would maybe get a lot of votes. I don't
Okay,
actually remember if they did.
so let me narrow this a little bit, right?
Yep.
Because there was a huge theme of brands. I mean, like there was a couple, three or four that carried through, but I'm talking about the actual model.
The chat is saying Doxa 300T.
That's one of them.
Mark said it. Joey said it. Craig G saying Doxa. Those
Okay.
are good guesses because
Those are very good guesses.
because Chaz got a Doxa, Collins got a Doxa, I got a Doxa. So
Yeah, I think the other one's going to be the Weiss.
I think it's
Okay, well, let's see. And at the end of this exercise, I'm going to put a poll out to the chat. Actually, now YouTube allows me to actually put a poll in the chat, and then we'll let you guys select who has the better collection. who made the better selections. Anyway, so um, I think what we'll do is we're gonna start. Colin was kind enough to share his 4 picks with us. So we'll start off with Colin first. Fair enough, right? So let's take a look at what he selected. And sure enough, there is that Doxa. Um, he's I think he picked up one of these, right? I mean, he doesn't have it physically yet.
Did he select those, or are those just the only $2,000 watches in his collection?
He should we say how this went down, or yeah,
Sure.
he begrudgingly, I think, selected these. These are his from his all. He does own all of these, and but yeah,
Does he own
Strong
that
lineup.
titanium G-Shock though?
I think so. Oh, maybe not.
No,
Maybe
I
not.
don't think he owns that
Oh,
titanium
okay.
G-Shock.
You're right. You're right. He owns metal squares.
Yeah,
but not that one.
yeah, not the titanium. Let me take that banner off so it doesn't cover Chaz. Yeah, so with the diver, he goes with the very popular pick of the Doxa. He also goes in with the Longines here. Another vintage dive watch throwback. Zin 104 with the green dial, and the
It's a
G-Shock, the
beauty.
titanium G-Shock. Yeah, so pretty nice collection. What do you guys think on the panel?
Lots of color.
Yeah.
Unique, pretty unique watches. Nothing. All original designs, I'd say.
Is there a subcategory where we're talking about like a dress diver or a casual diver? Because I feel like the 300T and the Legend Diver, they coexist, because the Legend Diver looks almost less sporty, more vintage sort of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's with the Longines divers, like Rado, maybe the Black Bay Bronze. Those are kind of dressier divers that can easily coexist with something like like a 50 fathoms,
Yeah.
some Mariner CQ, that kind of stuff. Like those, it's
I
like I feel like we have to differentiate between that. We just can't say diver anymore, because those two are classified as divers, but they're really different. They each add something to Colin's 4 watches.
I agree. I mean, that Longines, you could throw it on a leather strap, right?
Yeah.
You could throw it on a rubber strap. You can get, I mean, it does come as an option with a bracelet. So, and you're right. I think there is definitely the dress diver. Case in point, I think my Black Bay 58 is more of a dressy diver. You know what I mean? So it can coexist with other dive watches in my collection for sure. Good point there, Marcus.
I think if it can be put on a leather strap and like not look terrible, I think that's a criteria for me.
Yeah.
Right, because a sub would look weird on, like, unless you're talking like vintage subs, like the modern subs would look weird. Yeah.
I'm with you. Oil Money, are you telling me Colin is a closet affordable watch collector? Really sad when you get to see behind the curtain. Great points, Marcus. I almost don't even look at the Legend Diver as a traditional diver. Yeah, and Joey B has one or had one. I think he still has his.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Okay. So moving on, let me stop sharing and go. Let's go alphabetical order. Okay. And let's go with Amin is next.
So are you second or are you fourth? Rob?
Me?
Yeah.
I would be. I think if we go in alphabetical order, I'm going to be
R
last.
or Y?
Oh no, I went R, Rob.
Okay.
So no, but I could go after Amin if you want. Doesn't matter to me.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I refer to myself as Rob in my head. You know what I mean? So, okay.
Yob doesn't work as well as Yob.
No, yeah. So Amin's first
I'll
pick.
start it off with a Doxa.
Yeah.
It's a little, even though it's very sporty, but it's a little dressy. I feel like I'd wear this to work a lot. Nice to have a date. Very unique styling. got a lot of history. I love it.
Nice.
I'm a fan.
Okay. I'll go to the next one.
So I
Hmm.
love this
Peacock
too.
watch.
Here, what did you say,
It's
Marcus?
your peacock watch.
This is my
Yeah.
peacock watch. This is my I definitely like to have some, off the beaten path watches and something with I don't know, something with something eye catching,
Yeah.
lot of color, that's not out there too much. And this is one that I would really like to pick up, even with my, you know, even without the price constraints. But if I have to pick 4 watches under 2000, this makes the list for me. The Blue Phoenix, G-Shock Blue Phoenix.
Very nice. Next.
So this one, again, more blue, but this is got some CNC guilloche with enamel over it. It's what Seiko calls their shippo enamel. It's just a beautiful effect. It's kind of hard to get some hand craftsmanship in this price range, and Seiko gives it to you here. Somebody has to stick that thing in the oven repeatedly. I mean, the guilloche is machined, but somebody has to lay the enamel over it. And yeah, I just think it's beautiful. It's a little dressy. It's very different than the other 2 watches.
Yeah.
And
That's going to be a potential next watch, right? I mean,
for me,
yeah.
there's so many potential next watches, but
That's true. You're a
uh,
degenerate watch addict.
I'm a degenerate watch addict. But I like this. I think if I get enamel over guilloche, it's probably going to be maybe like the UN Turby or annual calendar, maybe something in that range.
Okay.
Probably annual calendar.
I like it.
Annual calendar. And then the Weiss. So it's just, again, very different from the other ones. Hand winding. I love the 6497. It's a field watch. The other ones are in different categories. It's casual, great weekend watch. Nice to have something without a date on it. I really like this watch too.
Yeah.
It's been a potential buy for me for a long time. All of these watches, when I was doing this exercise, every time I do this exercise, it makes me think, should I have stuck in a much lower price range? Because I can have a lot of fun, still pick watches that I like a lot, and I'd have a lot more money if I stayed in this kind of price range. So
Speaking of money, how much is that G-Shock? Do you know off the top of your head?
it retailed for like around 1,000, maybe a tiny bit more, 1,100. And then now, if you want to buy them on StockX or something like that, they're around 1,500.
Wow. Weiss getting a lot of upvotes here. Good old Weiss. Weiss is no brainer. I like Weiss. Okay, so excellent selection. Keep now, guys in the chat and gals, keep these in mind. Remember them because we will be doing a poll at the end of this. So now let's move on. And we'll go to Chaz next. Chaz, let me pull up these real quick. Okay, so what do you have here, Chaz?
That is a titanium G-Shock, one that I do in fact own, and it's such a versatile watch. If you travel anywhere, it's great. Out of the country, it's great. If you're doing any kind of, it's almost impervious to damage. So it's just a really good all around watch. It's you don't have to, it's solar.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the battery. I think the battery life's well, it will probably last, as long as I need it to last. So,
yeah. It's Bluetooth enabled, right? So you can connect it to your phone. Yeah.
Right. You can do all that. I may have done that once or twice. It's pretty good to set up the phone. You can set it up that way. It's easier than doing it with the buttons, but it gets the signal automatically, updates the time, always
Yeah.
right on the spot. It's a great watch.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I used to own this watch as well. Very good watch. Excellent watch. What's great about this watch too and most of these like G-Shocks, I find them, very legible, but this one's especially crisp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Sapphire
I don't know.
crystal.
Yeah, I guess maybe the sapphire crystal does make the difference. But a really, really crisp readout for sure. Now, I don't know if this is the same exact one you had in mind. You mentioned Grand Seiko 9F quartz, but I just picked a
Yeah,
picture. So.
there's a lot of options there, and I wasn't necessarily zeroed in on this particular model. I didn't really have time to get the exact one I
Yeah,
would
that's
probably
fine.
look for. But I think a Grand Seiko quartz would be good to put in there.
Mhm.
Kind of use as your dress watch. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then a watch that you own, right?
Yeah. 105 UTC. Again, another good travel watch. You could, if you wanted to go do water sports, it's got plenty of water resistance. GMT, so get 2 or 3 time zones there.
Yeah.
It's a great, dependable, and I like the look of it. I really do. It
Yeah.
wears so well. Really thin profile. You barely know it's on your wrist. So great watch.
Excellent. And finally, I just picked a picture of a Weiss, but we know.
Yeah.
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 So
Again, another watch I own. I actually own the 42 millimeter Weissfield. It's made really close to where I live, so it's kind of like a hometown watch, and it's my only really good manual winding movement. So, and I've really learned to appreciate that. The simplicity of the movement. You can see the whole movement from the back, like Amin was saying, and it's just a great all around watch.
excellent. Okay.
A lot of fun for strap experimentation
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. And let me say, I lived in this category for the first probably 3 or 4 years that I was into watches. Um, I bought and sold most watches that were in that under $2,500 category, I would say. And there are so many really good watches that you can get. The sad thing is, Zen's about to move out of that category.
Yeah.
In fact, that you're not going to get that 105 UTC for under 2 new. I think it's right on the borderline, but you can find them secondary. Um, they're moving up,
Mm.
and so and it was tough. I wanted to go Doxa. Um, the that was the battle. The battle for me was the Doxa against the G-Shock, but the G-Shock won finally. So, and I love the Doxa. So.
Excellent picks, Chaz, for sure. Let's see what the chat is saying. Weiss, yep, it is in Tennessee now, in Nashville. That White Dot Weiss is the business, Justin is
Agreed.
saying.
Yeah.
Totally. Same Chaz, I have a ton, great finds, but have to research a lot of exact same with different logo. Okay. That white dial with those hands is such a good legible combination. Yeah, excellent picks for sure. Okay, so let's move on. Let's
Oh man,
go.
it's really hard to go after Chaz, man. I feel like he extracted every single dollar. Like every single watch, he extracted every single dollar from the 2000.
All right, you know what, Marcus? This is what we'll do. I'll go next.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I did not extract every single dollar from my picks. I will say that.
Excellent. Okay, so let's get started. So my first pick is the Damasco The DC56, it is a chronograph, as you can tell. 7750, and has the ice hardened or whatever, that kind of technology that that Damasco also has. That's very similar to what Zinn has with their Tegeminter technology. I love this watch. It's $2,002. I think you can find it a Long Island watch, so just barely over. I think that's okay. I hope you guys can cut me some slack. I actually like this in a with the bracelet, but that would have pushed it up to close to 2,800. So pretty pricey. In the pre-owned market, you can find these with the bracelet closer to like 2,100, 2,200. So we'll love to pick up one of these actually one day. Extremely legible, just like Damasco, good German brand. You know, I was going to probably pick one or two of these for my collection. The next, I had to go Doxa. I the thing is, look, I had the luxury in a sense of seeing everybody's picks, and I really wanted to not pick this watch, but I wanted to pick this watch. So I was like, you know what, I would buy this watch. I would buy this watch, and it's a great looking watch. I love the orange. Yeah, I mean, the Doxas, I think is one of the watches, in my opinion, that everybody should experience if you're a collector.
Great watch.
And yeah, and you guys have it. So it is a super fun watch. Next, I went with a little dressier.
Nice.
The Lone
That's
I
Jeans
nice.
like it.
flagship. You know, new MSRP is 1,600. I mean, you could probably get it for a little bit less, right? Manual movement, 38 millimeter case diameter, just over 10 millimeter case thickness. You have a little small seconds hand at 6 o'clock in the date. It is a little bit bunched up over there, but that's okay. Just a really elegant looking watch. The cream,
Super nice.
yeah, the creamy white dial is also very nice as well. But I wanted to go black because I thought it just was just ever so much more classier.
Mm.
So really like this one. And then, you know, like Chaz, I wanted to get a travel watch in here, and I wanted to go for a Zen, and I was thinking A56 again, UTC, because it's one of my favorite watches of all time, but it was a little bit over 2,000. So this one comes just under around 1,890. Probably going to be over 2,000 with the price change, but
It's not
anyway.
September yet. It's not
It's
September yet.
it's not September yet. You're absolutely right. It's not September,
You're good.
and so yeah. I mean, I just like the look of it. I like the white dial, and that's why I made it. It was I selected the Longines in a black dial because I knew I was going to get this in a white dial. So I didn't want to have too many black dials in the collection, and so this one I went with the white dial because think I think it just looks really good. I really like how the orange hand, the GMT hand, UTC hand pops on there. So let's stop and see what the chat is saying. Matching UTCs, yeah. Too much text on the dial. I can read a book instead. I'm not really sure which one he's talking about, but
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of text on any of your
yeah.
picks.
3 votes for Sin. I love it. I have the 105 Paul has. Chaz for the win. Okay, so Dan's giving the nod to Chaz so far. He hasn't seen Marcus's picks yet.
I know my picks, and I'm giving not to Chaz.
I always come in last place in these polls. I actually want to change one of my picks right before the poll, if that's possible.
Wait a minute.
Ooh.
I'm gonna wait and see what Marcus does. I may need to change also.
All right, Marcus,
okay.
what do you got?
All right, so yeah, so
hold on. You gotta let me count. I'm sorry, I'm still
That's
not
okay.
too slick with this.
I want to cement my last place standing
Okay.
with my change in picks.
I definitely
So Marcus coming in strong.
Oh yeah. So
Whoa.
this is I am not extracting maximum value. What can I say? I just love the Ventura. Like
You've always loved the
Ventura.
Ventura.
You've always loved it.
That's great.
It's
I
well
love
under
it.
2,000. I'm leaving money on the table, but I just love the Ventura, and
Yeah.
you know, Hamilton's got the Swatch backing behind it. It'll always be easy to service.
It's a cool watch.
Yeah, It's one of
Very
those.
cool.
It's one of those
Interesting.
in-house movements I trust. So
Okay.
in this price range.
You and
It's a great
Elvis.
watch.
And
Okay.
that's a cool one at Ventura. There are multiple, right?
Yeah, I own the black PVD with the black strap, but
Mm.
I think that it's got with the integrated bracelet is kind of cool. This one
Mm.
is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is. I think that you're doing pretty like this. I really like this watch. It looks very classy. Maybe I'm not sure whether I can afford the diamond with the 2000, but I can probably get the Romans with it without it. It's got it's got the in-house, well, the in-group movement with Longines. It's got the Longines finishing. Looks very classy. It's got the moon phase. You need a dress watch, right? So that's what I went with for my dressier watch. The Longines. What was
Nice.
it? Masterpiece. Moon phase. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Oops, I lost it. Okay, so I gotta reduce this all the way down before I could go next, I think, because I don't know technology.
All right. I don't think that this is a
What?
surprise to anyone. The Marine Master 300, the SLA 023. It's got the undercreated Grand Seiko movement in it. It's got it's the diver. It's got Zaratsu polishing on the case flanks. I think that this goes right up against probably a pre-owned Grand Seiko quartz as, in my opinion, the best watch you can get for around $2,000. So this is the one where I did look to extract the maximum value and the bells and whistles for my 2000.
That's an
so,
awesome pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Great
really
watch.
I really like it. And I didn't want to pick a Doxa because I saw everyone's picks, so I didn't want to pick a Doxa 300T. That's part of it too.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And finally, the Weiss.
Wow.
I've got to have a 6497, and that's the best 6497 you can get under $2,000, I think, or around $2,000.
Very, very nice. Detroit Spartan, loving the Marine Master. Nice Marine Master. Kevin has, that's more than 2K, is it?
It's sitting around 3. I think it's sitting around 3K, but I'm able to get my Seikos, like entry level swatch Seikos, all the entry level swatch all the way up to Longines and Seikos for about 35% off. So I felt comfortable picking that bad boy.
Excellent,
I think
excellent.
it's just a hair above $2,000 if you take 35% off.
So I have the poll up now. I don't know what I'm doing here with the poll, to be honest with you. So I don't know if I could see it, but I'll keep the poll up for a little while, and then I'll end the poll. First time I'm doing this with the poll on the chat, so just bear with me. I'll keep it going for another few minutes. Let's move on. Oh, Colin wasn't on the poll because it only allowed me 4 options. I couldn't put a 5th option, and since Colin wasn't here, I didn't include him. But if you guys want to write in ballot,
I would
you're
have
more than
voted. I would have put you at least in the top 5, Colin.
yes, right. Excellent. Let's go and chat. Yeah. So Bill K, I hopefully explained that. And what is Amin's switch? Amin, what
Oh, yeah,
what are
yeah.
you going to switch to?
So, oh, by the way, Joseph, Joey's saying he would have done Anordain. I really thought about Anordain instead of
Me
the
too.
Shippo. The Shippo almost made it. So
Yeah.
I would change my. Can I share screen for a second?
Absolutely. And people in the chat, put your 4 picks. We'd like to hear that as well.
So I would change out. I would take my Doxa off. I gotta turn up the freaky a little bit, and choose this Alexander Sharikov regulator. So,
I'm
it's
bringing the heat.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bringing some serious heat.
this retails for 2,500, but I've seen deals. It's hand engraved on both sides. It's a regulator. I think it's just a pretty cool looking and interesting watch with a lot of craftsmanship behind it. And under 2000, trying to get something where you're reading the time a different way and is truly unique for me with hand craftsmanship. It's tough to get under 2K.
I think Cho was saying that should be the group watch. I'm thinking about it.
I would love to add a regulator again in my collection.
And I like how the minutes hand, like
Mm.
the 60 at the top is sort of his thing. I like
Yeah.
how the minutes hand has the 60 at the top, and then the hours hand has the 12, and they're
Yeah.
kind of proportionate sizing to the dials that they live on. I like tuck in the date window in here with the seconds. It's pretty sweet.
I think the asymmetric dial almost makes it look like it's a different layout for it's still a regulator because it's at like you can draw a midline down the center, right?
Mhm.
But it almost looks like off balance because of how they did the date and the logo.
Mm.
So it's really interesting. It's not like your run of the mill regulator either.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and this is all this back is all hand engraved. If I can get a picture, this is a Watch You Seek review. I didn't even know they did reviews, but this case back,
Wow.
yeah, all hand engraved back there.
And you can't. You had this one planned all along, right? You were just gonna
I
bring
was
it
I was
to-
gonna do this when I switched it to Doxa, but I want to change back.
Well, hey, that's a great choice. I mean,
I think this will further cement my last place.
no,
Only if oil money's
I think
making all the votes.
All right. So I'm gonna end the poll, and we'll see what the results are.
It's gonna be Chaz by a landslide.
Does anybody see it? Because I don't see it on my.
I
Yep.
don't see it either.
Oh, there it is.
Chaz,
Okay.
35%. Oh, I beat Marcus.
Boo!
First time ever.
I voted for Marcus.
Tough crowd, guys. Tough crowd.
God is my witness. I voted for you, Marcus.
I appreciate it, Chad.
And I would have probably voted for Amin if I'd have had his last
Joker
place entry in first. So
I forgot to vote.
I'm not worthy. What? And it's a free. What kind of watch was it you were giving to the winner, Rob?
I'll
be
give away
looking for
that.
my major award.
Yeah. It'll come in a box that says Fragile on it.
Chaz, there's no more Super Best Watch friends, but I got one of these for you. Just
All right.
PM me your address and I'll get one of these out in the mail for you.
Nice. Kentucky Man 104 300T GS9F and some sort of Weiss. Dan G-Shock Titanium Square Manta Ocean King Oris Aquis Breitling Aerospace Evo Night Mission used. Okay. All right.
The aerospace is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan says Longines Big Eye, Serica Diver, Yema Marine, and Edox. El Boogie Doxa 300, Seiko Willard BB58. Whoa, SMP. You got to stay. We can't go past the 2,000 mark on each one of these watches.
I don't know. Based on some of the offers you're getting from your BB58, right?
I know that's
the
true.
$2,000 watch.
I take it back, El Boogie. I take it back. That's
Those
very
are some
true.
low ball offers, man.
Yeah. I'm keeping it.
I'm glad you're keeping it.
Yeah, me too, actually. Sanjay, the Seiko 62 Mas, the Longines Silver Arrow, Oris Big Crown Pole Pilot, and the GS9F Quartz.
I like all of those.
Yeah, very nice.
The Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot almost made it into my list.
Craig G saying the Aquis, Mito Ocean Star GMT, Titanium Blue Camel Square, and Hamilton Cooper. Okay, yeah, nice selection for sure. I like that.
That Mito, I get so many people compliment that GMT. So I know it's a lot of watch for the money.
Is that under 2,000?
I think it's under one.
Yeah,
Really?
It's like $800, $900.
Wow.
You can find it, yeah.
Bobby saying Chaz's address is 1040 middle of the Appalachian Trail.
I wonder how long Mito swatch, like, will Mito keep that movement for themselves for a long time, or will they share that with
Do they even have a choice?
Certina Longines, but it hasn't been shared yet, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Dipsane, the Seiko Alpinist SPB089, and 3 more Seiko shitters. Mezzanine Oris Pointer Date, Longines Sector, Rado Captain Cook, Zin 556. Joe said he got his Mito Ocean Star for 862. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Seems like a great value.
All right, guys, I've
Yeah.
got to jump off early. Okay.
yeah,
See you,
so you got to
Marcus.
jump off. Okay.
Yeah, I got to jump off.
Take care, Marcus.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you,
guys.
Marcus.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what happens when you're in last place. You get booted off.
Yeah.
The Bobby leg stream.
Got kicked off the island.
Kick off the island. Yeah. No Zodiac love amongst the audience. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, you'd figure somebody would have mentioned a Zodiac here. I mean, not necessarily on the panel, but on the chat for sure.
I
Okay.
was really hoping I could get Ophion under 2K, but I think that's not a possibility.
No, I tell you what, that the Anordane was very, very tempting to me to include in there. I got a little smitten with that Longines, it's just a nice little dress watch.
Yeah.
Longines
and-
has so many options in
I
that
know.
price range. So many
I know.
options.
And so many above that $2,000 mark that that you can get if you go, to an AD. You can get
Right.
some sort of discount on it, right? And you could get under that 2,000, but it's it's hard to tell, right? Let's see here. Let's take a look at some more in the chat, and then we'll move. I got another topic here that was submitted via Instagram. Alex M is saying the Sin 356, the Weiss 38, the Seiko Willard, and the Doxa 300T.
Nice.
IDs guys, where's my Aura 65, brothers and sisters? Dib, not a big fan of the Zodiac STP movement. He's had some bad luck with that one. Justin Longines dominates that price range. PB Paul, I had a Zodiac. It was nice, but nothing special. Winding the STP felt like grinding sand. Yeah, Longines Sector Dial. Yeah, I mean, it was slightly above that. The one I was looking at was like 2150, I think. So I didn't include it. Otherwise, I would have. But you could probably get it for under 2K. I would imagine at least 10% off if you went to an AD, and that would put you under 2K. Probably a little bit more, I would imagine. Get the big eye, folks. It's so impressive. Yeah, I've heard good things
It's in
about
that price range.
It's in that price range. Yeah, it is a good watch. Great watch.
Great watch.
Okay, so let's. I posed a question out, for topics or questions on Instagram today, and I got one that I thought was interesting, and it was submitted by Niyama Jones. I hope I'm saying that correctly, or in Bobby Legs parlance, that's Niyama Jones. What's a brand or model you could talk about and not be bored? I wrote cord there, but it's actually bored. Sorry, guys. Let me just edit that and save it and put that back up there.
Okay.
Is there a brand or particular watch that you can just talk about endlessly? And that goes to the chat too, if the chat has any suggestions. Because I know I could talk about Zen a lot, right? And I could probably get a little long-winded about it. But Amin, you were about to say something. Sorry.
There's several. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, most of the watches in my collection. That's why I'm drawn to them.
Yeah.
Breguet, I feel like I can talk about a lot. UN, even Parmigiani.
Yeah. Sanjay Grand Seiko, as we know, Sanjay loves his Grand Seiko. Ches, what about you? Is there a brand or
Well,
a model?
yeah, I'm like Amin. There's two or three that kind of dominate my. I know more about them. A lot of the higher horology watches, I depend on uh, folks like Amin and Joe and Marcus and you. Um, you know, those are watches that are fairly new to me. In the last couple of years. So, but if you want to talk about G Shocks, man, I can go all day.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about them. Those watches I had more experience with longer, and I still love them, even though I have many other watches. I still love them, and so sometimes I find myself going on and on. I can see that guy I'm talking to has a 2,000 yard stare, and I
Mhm.
realize he's not as
Yeah.
interested in this as I am, and so
Right.
I
Right.
try to switch back.
Yeah.
But I can G-Shock's one of those for me. I love Grand Seiko also, but I'm a beginner. I depend on someone like Sanjay and
Yeah.
others who are well versed.
You ever start talking? I'm sure you guys do, but you ever start talking to your wife about watches or a particular watch, and get that stare back that 2,000 miles
Oh
per
yeah,
FF that's created
yeah,
you like I could there's so many times that I want to start talking about watches because I just want to talk about watches and I have to pull it back because I know
right,
that most times it's not really interesting to people who are not into watches. you know
right.
I don't even try. What I like to do is show her watches and ask what she thinks about them, and she doesn't mind. And I find that just as interesting. And she doesn't mind opining about stuff.
yeah, I
I
think
do
the
the same thing,
yeah.
except I block out the price on them when I'm
Yeah.
showing. If prices are included, it's not usually pleasant.
Yeah.
I like the only time I ever ask well now that I ask my wife to look at a watch, it's usually a watch that I know that she's not going to like because her reactions are classic. Like she F no or whatever. Like that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Like why would you do that? It's just those are the priceless reactions that I get from her that I only that's the only time I ever really ask her opinion on something because I mean I value her opinion on a lot of things, right? But I mean like when I want to get a good laugh, I'll show her the ugliest watch possible and see what she thinks. Um, let's see here what
My wife's taste in watches is a lot like Colin's. If I show them the same watch, I get pretty much the same answer.
really that's uh, Mark said, my girlfriend's okay with me talking about watches, but then I have to hear about diamond rings. It's boring. I don't try it. It's embarrassing how crazy we all are. That's true, Paul. Kevin S. I could picture Bobby out in New Jersey countryside working from home and trying to talk to his wife about watches, and the nearest AD is more than an hour away. My wife will engage to an extent, and then the key is now is to know that line. Sorry. Um, Pete, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. I think the most interesting brands are the ones changing Seiko, Breitling, UN, Chopard. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Um, same way we pretend to listen to our wives. My wife loves her Seamasters too. She has a PO and a Railmaster. Yeah, Craig, your wife's collection is awesome. For sure, for sure. Uh, Kentucky Man 30, she about had a stroke when I showed her the U50. She didn't like it, right? She didn't care for it too much.
Oh, my wife hates the U1 and the U50. She
Yeah,
hates them. So I guess she's not exactly like Colin.
yeah.
Actually, and she likes my toxic UN, which is not like Colin.
Oh man,
I
that's it.
Yeah, my wife hates the U1 and the U50. That's interesting that he said that.
Yeah. My wife likes them, right? But she likes it. She'd like it more if it was in camo,
Mm.
you know. So the U50 had a camo version. So I mean, the U1 had one. So if the U50 ever comes out with that, that may be something I may have to pick up for Mrs. Legs. Um,
She already uh, got off with your. She absconded with your G-Shock,
That
right?
G-Shock, yeah, the blue camo. No,
Yeah,
sorry, the black camo. Is it black?
yeah.
The black camo,
Gray
yeah.
camo.
The gray camo, yeah. She basically just took that. She's like, I was
It's
like really
gone.
excited. I got it. I showed it to her, and she's like, "Oh, that's mine." I'm like, "No, yeah, okay." 6 color 2121. Hey man, hey, did I miss how is everybody? Hey, we're doing all good, man. We're doing all good. Oh, she doesn't like that one, man. She doesn't like that one, Kevin. Um, Justin saying the U series is a brutal design. That's why it rules. Yeah, I didn't like it at first. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't like it. Then I became obsessed with it. Hey, Mark, my wife and kids hate the U series, which makes it so tempting, right?
I
Uh,
found that those hands on the U50, those syringe hands, are just either people love them or they hate them. It's a really
the block
polarizing.
the block hands on the U50.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yes. The Lego hands are.
Yeah, Lego hands. Absolutely, right? I mean, that's the one when I saw the U1 for the first time, I was like, "Oh, that's awful." And then like the snowflake hands, something happened and I just did a complete 180 on it and I loved them, you know. Um, plus it's such a great watch. Lego hands, yep. Um, Tetris hands, that's another one I've heard. Yeah. Um, Alex just got the U50 today. It's dope. Congratulations,
That's
man.
great. Killer watch.
So for Mark, when his family hates it, it makes it more tempting to him. Do you guys like to have approval from your family about potential watch purchases? Not money approval, but like, do you like when they like what you're picking, or do you like to go the oppositional,
No,
or
I
neither?
love that. I love my wife's approval. It seals the deal. If she loves the watch, it makes me feel much better about it. I don't. I mean, she doesn't have a veto. I mean, she's real
Right.
supportive. But if she didn't like it, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. That's just me.
Same.
So
Yeah. Don't matter to me. I mean, look, we have different tastes when it comes to a lot of things,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and so like she doesn't understand what I'm doing when I'm about selling the U50 and the 903 to go for the Submariner.
yeah,
She doesn't get it. She doesn't see anything special about the Submariner. And look, from an outsider, right? Who's
yeah.
not into Rolex or collecting or whatnot. I
Sure.
mean, I could see that, you know, um, but I'm still going ahead. I'm still going with it.
Hmm.
I think I did get her to come around well, obviously on the Santos. So hopefully that'll be like a couple's watch one day. But
Yeah.
she wasn't too crazy about it at first, and now she really digs it, which is nice.
I'm. In fact, I'm actively searching. I want to get my wife a really good watch for her birthday. So that's been kind of my mission the last couple of weeks. So more to be said, but I would love that snowflake quartz now they have. To me, is a killer
Yeah.
deal, and that would we could have a couples watch there. See,
No,
so
that's a great idea.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Um, Oil Money saying no, I don't want her to know I have it. Comment on it or question how much it cost. Watchdog, hey Clayton, how you doing? I love diver watches, and my wife hates them, so she rarely approves. Okay. Uh, Paul saying I don't get respect for my choices at home or here. It's lonely. Oh, so lonely. Paul. Paul, we love you, man. We love you. Let's see
Yeah.
here. All white Omega PO for your wife, Chaz. That's what Craig is suggesting. Yeah,
That's a solid watch. It is, and I love that all white Planet Ocean. I really do.
yeah,
they have an Olympic edition that came out. It's I would have strongly considered it, but it was the smaller one, 39 and a half. The one Sanjay just the same size, but it's all white and looks,
Yeah.
I mean, killer, beautiful.
Well, I think we got to the point where I feel like I have to ask this question every week, right? Because I know me, everything changes. Is there something that caught your fancy this week that you're looking at now, and you're like, man, I could really pull the trigger on that one. For me, I know it happens almost on a daily basis, so that's why I think the question is relevant.
Mm.
And maybe it's a little bit boring to talk about, but I love to talk about it. So, and has there been anything in the last couple of days besides the Sherikov? Am I saying that right? That has caught your eye.
There's always things that catch my eye. I'm trying to see so the Seiko Shippo
Yeah.
caught my eye. I saw it on what's his name? Horo Mario Bro, his
hmm
Instagram.
hmm
That definitely caught my eye. I tried on the Quartz PRX today at Macy's and thought it was a really cool little
It is.
watch. Yeah, I actually had tried on the blue one and didn't like it that much, maybe because
Mm-hmm.
I've had too much blue.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried on the silver today. It's got kind of gold indices, and it's gilt, and I really liked it. But
It
I'm
looked
not.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not uh, really thinking about it, but it surprised me. But the Seiko, the enamel Seikos, more than one of them. There's two of the Shippo ones, and both of those I'm kind of looking at.
Really
Before
nice.
we before we get Chaz's answer, let's go to chat here. Jeff is saying the Brelm chronograph. Kentucky Man 30, Doxa 300T for me. Yeah, it's definitely infectious, contagious or whatever. Mark is saying the GP Laureato Titanium 230. I love that pick,
Great
Mark.
watch.
I know it gets a lot of slack for looking like a Victorinox, but it's a great watch. Hodigi Oris, not okay. Bobby the Chapek Antarctique Fratello, probably later on. Okay. Um, Rob saying my wife was there when I got the PO and the BB58. Just says that looks nice.
Yeah, I've heard that, Rob.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that too. Chaz, anything catching your eye
I'll tell you a
recently?
watch that, yeah, I'll tell you a watch that's really grown on me. When I first saw it, I just didn't like it at all, and and but lately I just keep coming back to it. Is the Oris Diver 65, a watch that I've owned before, a model,
Mm.
um, and I think it's a great looking watch. But anyway, the bronze cotton candy,
Oh,
the
really?
bronze with yes. I know it sounds crazy, and it may repel some people. You know, it's kind of an odd mix, those pastel colors with
Yeah.
the bronze, but it has really grown on me. I mean,
Wow.
to the
Interesting.
yeah, it's a I've been wanting to add a bronze watch,
Yeah.
and that one's really bronze with those pastel colors. I just think it's beautiful, and I think it will get more beautiful as it patinas. You know,
Yeah. For sure. You bring up bronze. Made me think of a watch that has been in the back of my mind for a little while. I think it's not in stock. I think they have to make another. They might be making another run, but Hanhart came out with that chrono today, right? That blue dial chrono, the PVD. I think it's blue PVD or whatever, blue dial. Beautiful looking watch, but they have that 417 in bronze, and there's a couple people I
yeah,
know. I mean, not personally, but know from a watch enthusiast world who have it. You can't get them now, I think, but I think that maybe they'll release some more. Um, but yeah, I didn't want to jump into that bronze watch and spend a whole lot of money on it. That's why the Hamilton was kind of like in the play, even though that was a little bit pricey for that watch. But that Hanhar 417 chrono in bronze,
such
I
a
mean, I think,
nice.
yeah, Such a nice looking
That's
watch.
nice. Yeah.
I may have to just do that one day if it ever comes out again. If not, I'll the Steve McQueen chrono. Yep. That even if I have to go secondary market,
It's a sweet watch.
it is. Pete saying, Chaz, the Diver 65 is one of the very, very few watches I've ever sold. Great in pictures, disappointing on wrist. But you said you had one, right? I mean,
I had
so
one, and I sold it for other reasons. It had a few issues, but yeah, I do agree to a certain extent, Pete. I think it just didn't have a premium feel like you get with some watches.
mm,
Um, when and I think the more expensive the in-house movement kind of might accentuate that. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe to go the other way, but um, that's kind of my overall problem with auras. Um, I've owned 2 or 3 different models, and something's always been a little flat once I got them. It didn't. It didn't stay. The love didn't stay.
gotcha. Forbin is saying have a look at the Benris Type 1 Limited. Let me pull that up. I think isn't this one of these like Hodinkee ones that came out? It looks like, or no? Yeah, I mean it's definitely a cool looking watch for sure. Okay. Mark saying, Chaz, I sold my Moser Heritage for the same reason. It felt cheap. Chaz nailed it. Hate to say it felt cheap, not affordable, cheap. Gotcha.
Yeah, and I don't mean to. I don't mean to come down hard on Oris as a brand. I think I think that big crown pointer date model, those are really nice, and the Roberto Clemente and
Yeah.
that model that was really tempting back when it came out. I kind of held off and got past it, but I think they have some nice looking watches. I do. I just um, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm an Oris hater.
Yeah. No, we don't get that impression. It's your honest opinion. Joey B, I almost feel like the RGM is undeniable at this point. Undeniable meaning that it's inevitable that you're going to get one, Joe. It's a
I
good
like the
look.
sound.
Yeah, I like that.
Like the sound of that.
Justin saying gonna end up like Sanjay talking this bad about Oris, blacklisted and hunted by a bear. Go on, Justin. Yes, inevitable. Awesome. Well, good for you, man. I mean, RGM, great brand, beautiful watches. So many great watches out there, man. It is just so many. It's overwhelming because I just want to buy them all. P-Sane, orange, bronze, patina, really aggressively, unless you are sure. I'd look at the Hanhart. Yeah. Or is TT1 Diver, big lugs, always favorite of mine in all forms. Go for it, Joe. That's you, Chaz. You're saying it. Okay. Just like Thanos, inevitable. Awesome. And finally, Sanjay, I watch over my shoulder every day. Yeah, Sanjay. Well, they should watch over their shoulders because you're pretty deadly with a car. So I would watch out. I would watch out for Sanjay. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. What movie, Sanjay? What movie? Do you know? Okay. Anyway, guys, great evening, great talk. Chaz, the big winner with the picks on the collection under 8K. Great selection.
I think people just felt sorry for me for my hotel internet connection.
No, get out
Oh,
of
no.
here. Get out of here.
Great picks.
Amin, he had the review out earlier. Any other reviews coming out
I
soon
got a
that we could look forward to?
Seiko 5 review I'm going to be doing pretty soon.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
not a new one, but I've been meaning to get around to it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
awesome, man. I love, like I said, love seeing your reviews. Hope you keep on doing more of them.
Thanks, Rob.
Chaz, how long are you on the road for, man? You gonna be back home next
Hopefully,
week?
hopefully I'll be home late tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Awesome. All right, guys. This weekend I will not be on Watch Soup, but be on the lookout because Sanjay from the Engineer Wannabe channel, he is gonna um, host Watch Soup this weekend. My partner in crime. So I will. If you're not sub to his channel, I will post on the community board his link to his address, his YouTube channel, and the link to the show. And I'll be back the Sunday afterwards for another episode of Watch Soup. Got a couple reviews coming out this weekend and next week, so be on the lookout for those. And guys, thank you so much for joining me, Chaz, Amin, and Marcus.
Thanks,
And
Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks for letting me. Thanks
no,
for asking me to be on.
Good to
any,
see you, Chaz.
anytime, Chaz.
Good to see you, Amin.
Take care,
Take
guys. Have
care,
a good
Good
one.
night,
everybody.
everybody.